What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another pickup video. My God, it has been some time since we've done one of those. It's been almost a year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was last October is when we did this. September or October 1, I can't remember. But it has been forever since we have sat down, and we have quite a lot of games here. Quite a lot of games. I didn't actually count them, but there's a bunch, and we're gonna go through them. I'm gonna show you what they are, and not only that, we have a few accessories as well. And let's just hop into it. First things first, as far as accessories go, it's not really accessories, but it is a Luigi's Mansion glow in the dark coffee mug. That part right there glows in the dark. I shined a light on it, but it looks like the glow done faded. Luigi's Mansion, one of my favorite games of all time. I would love at some point for Ambrose and I to sit down and record a let's play of this, because we could probably knock it out in one night. Wouldn't be a very long one either. But that's that. Then I got these cool little coins. I saw a guy selling these on Facebook, or selling this one. He was selling this one on Facebook, and he was selling it for, I think he wanted $30 for it. And I was like, I didn't even know these existed. It was a limited edition, obviously, limited edition. Pokemon Ruby coin. It says Pokemon Groudon down there. So I got on eBay and looked, and then I found somebody selling this pair right here for $30. And I was like, gotta have it. Y'all know me, Gen 3. Pokemon Gen 3 is my favorite, particularly Sapphire. So I had to have these. That was awesome. Some limited edition coins. Really cool, I thought. Had never even seen them. Didn't know they existed. I do now, though. And then I picked up some Amiibo. Some Amiibo that I missed out on back in the day. Or back when they first released them. Ganondorf. So I don't like very many Legend of Zelda to be completed. Captain Falcon. Shout out to Smash Brothers up there. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate coming out this year. Can't wait. They're gonna, all the characters from all the old Smash Brothers games are gonna be in it. That's gonna be amazing, including this character, Dr. Mario. Quite possibly my favorite puzzle game of all time. So I had to have the Dr. Mario Amiibo, and it was fairly cheap. I think it was only $6 on eBay. But they're going to re-release all the old Amiibo, which I'm assuming these will get reprints, or, re-releases. So that'll be great for people who missed them the first time, like me. And not only that, they said they're working on new Amiibo. So, characters like Ice Climber and Wolf and characters such as that, they're going to get their Amiibo finally. So that'll be great. That's something else we'll have to pick up. Got this for Christmas. It was one of my Christmas presents from my girlfriend. The Super Nintendo Classic Edition. Not nearly as hard to find as the NES Classic was. I missed out on the NES Classic when it came out. But, not a bad list of games here for $80. Not a bad list at all. All HD, all on this one little system. I mentioned how hard it was to find an NES Classic, and they re-released them. They re-released them, and I got one this time around. And they seemed pretty well stocked when I went to Walmart and got this. I drove over straight after work. I was off June 29th. It was a Friday. I was off. Drove straight over and got it as soon as I got off that morning. $60, 30 games. Not bad at all, and it's super fun. And what did I say a minute ago? Dr. Mario. Boom, right there. Love Dr. Mario. what do we want to do next? I'll show you. I got 3 Super Nintendo games. NBA Jam, because you can't go wrong with NBA Jam. Super RBI Baseball, basically because I didn't know it existed. And we have RBI 1, 2, and 3, a little compilation on the channel. So, you know, who knows, we might record a compilation of this as well. And WWF Raw. Complete. Well, sort of. I don't think it has the books, but it does have the case. There's the roster at the top. Not very many characters, but that's how it was back in the day. Not actually played this yet, so I will get around to that at some point, I'm sure. I have 3 PlayStation games I got. You're going to notice a trend here. Wrestling games. ECW Anarchy Rules. It is pretty much the same as the other ECW game that is on PlayStation. I think the only difference is this one has the Sandman. I loved these wrestling games when I was younger. WWF In Your House. I remember there's your roster of characters right there. Always played as Shawn Michaels, Owen Hart, or Vader. And when you beat the little championship mode or whatever it was, it showed a video with their theme music playing. Pretty cool. And then, quite possibly, my favorite wrestling game from back in the day. SmackDown 2. WWF SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. One of the best wrestling games I've ever played. Well, besides WWF No Mercy. Although they came out close to the same time, I believe. Yeah, we can leave those stacked there. Let's hop into the few 3DS games I have. I got this one a while back. Metroid Samus Returns. Super fun. Super fun game. Looks amazing as well. And then I bought a game I already had, but I bought it because I have the generic GameStop case. So I bought Star Fox 64 3D and have the actual case. Got it from GameStop as well, funny thing. What does that say? Oh, tilt and move. Okay. Yeah, one of the real case. I like to have the real cases if I can. If not, it's not that big of a deal. But sticking with handhelds, I got this while I was on vacation. Spider-Man Friend or Foe for the PSP. Love this on PS2. And this particular version, this was back when they did console exclusives. Carnage and Electro, exclusive on the PSP. I know how long ago it's been because I said this game was coming out, like, the last pickup video I did, I said this game was coming out next week. Super Mario Odyssey. This game is fantastic. I highly recommend it to anyone who has a Switch or doesn't have a Switch. Anybody thinking they want to buy a Switch to play this. Such a fun game. So much fun. And this is still in the plastic wrap. I got this the same day as I got the NES Classic. Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. The re-release. I had it on PS4, obviously. We have that entire Let's Play on the channel. All 3 games. And the Future Tense level. Not the Stormy Ascent level yet, but the Future Tense level should be up by now. Awesome, awesome remaster. Highly recommend it for PS4, Xbox One, or Switch. Whichever one, your preferred console. Pick that game up because it is fantastic. We have a Wii game, Pokemon Battle Revolution. Admittedly, I've never played this, but it was a game that I wanted for the Wii that I just could never find, and ended up finding it at a used game store in my town. So, got it for a pretty good price. So, boom. Couldn't really pass it up. And got this at GameStop as well. I had I think it was a 5% off any used game. And I looked around and then happened to see this, and I knew I didn't have it, and I'd never played it, but I heard it was good. I've got Mario 3D Land for the 3DS, and it's fun. So, 3D World, I think it came out first. Maybe. But it was only like $6, I think, after my coupon. So, that's a steal, I feel like, especially for a Mario game. The Wii U doesn't get enough love, I don't think. We'll jump into the PS4 games. I've been kind of going in order. I've got a ton of PS3 games here. GameStop had a sale going on, and I bought so many PS3 games. I guess we can just go through those real quick. God of War collection with God of War and God of War 2. Admittedly, these are the only two I've ever played. And God of War 2 was freaking hard back in the day, I remember. But at some point I will play them. Got a pretty good deal on that. Also got God of War 3. And God of War Origins Collection, which I think these two games came out on PSP. Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. Yeah, these came out on the PSP, and they remastered them for the PlayStation 3. I got Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Now, I'm pretty sure, or I thought I had another Prince of Persia game. Yeah, I do. It's sitting there. I see it. Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Have not played this. Heard it was pretty good, so I decided to pick it up in this sale. Give me just 1 second here. This was the case that they gave me for Prince of Persia, the HD trilogy. Disc only. They gave me this Blu-ray case to put it in. GameStop did. Comes with the 3 that were on the PS2, I believe. So that's pretty cool. I have no way of telling. All I know is it's called Prince of Persia Trilogy. Got it for $15. And I think they actually took... This was a big ordeal when I went to get this, because I called the store and they're like, yeah, we got it, come on down. Came down. They didn't have it. They said, oh, well, somebody must have sold it and forgot to, put it in the computer. Like, okay, no big deal. I try not to... I'm not going to cause a fuss. It wasn't their fault. They order it for me. As soon as I'm walking out the door, the guy says, oh my God, it's laying right here. Somebody had pulled it and laid it on the table, but nobody told them that they had done that. That's the story of how I got Prince of Persia Trilogy. Canceled the order, no big deal. Got the game. I haven't even played it yet. Story of my life. I haven't played any of these games yet. Or the PS3 games. Or besides the ones I'd already played. Got this. Silent Hill HD Collection. Comes with Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. I played Silent Hill 2 back in the day. Creepy back when I first played it, and I'm sure it probably still is, but I was a lot younger back when Silent Hill 2 came out. I wish there was a year that told when it came out, because I can't remember. I'm looking right there, but I couldn't find it. But anyways, got that Silent Hill HD Collection. Got that from GameStop as well. All these PS3 games came from GameStop. Spider-Man 3. I had originally only played this on PlayStation 2 because I didn't have a PS3 when the game first came out. I always had to wait, till the next year to get a console. So I think the year this came out, I had it on PS2. I got the PS2 copy instead. Not a blast playing it. I didn't care. Back then to me it was just another game. That was complete. So was that Silent Hill game. Most of these were, actually. Minus the Prince of Persia games. Got the Mass Effect trilogy. Have never played these, but have heard amazing things about them. Or at least the first two. And then the third one was pretty good, I heard. But saw it. It was only $23. So couldn't really pass it up. The same time I got that, I got this. Which is Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition. And the girl at GameStop, this was only $1 or $2. It was very, very cheap. She's like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Not." I said, "I don't guess." And she's like, "Well, it's taking up a lot of room." She said, "You sure you don't want it?" She said, and then, yeah, that's what happened. She marked it down. So I got it for $1. I remember now. I got it for $1. The collector's edition. Which, I mean, it's probably not worth a whole lot, but I thought that was cool. And she, made a sale, so whatever. More sale games I got from GameStop. An old game called Pure. It was a four-wheeler game, and I had no idea it was made by Disney, to be honest with you. But this game was fantastic. Loved this back in the day, and I was never like a big racing person, like a racing game person, but this game was super fun, as well as these next two games. MotorStorm Pacific Rift. Such a great game. And MotorStorm Apocalypse, which MotorStorm Apocalypse comes with a book. But not the case. That's odd. It's normally the other way around. Usually. But yeah, those are three of the best racing games I've ever played. Or, whatever. Then, got the Jak and Daxter collection, remastered in HD. Comes with Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, and Jak 3. Complete. Never played these games before, so so I thought, that's a great time to pick them up. Plus, I was trying to get all these remastered in HD PS3 games. Not all of them, but I've got the God of War and the Silent Hill and that. Plus, the Mass Effect trilogy, which I think they were all already on PS3. But continuing on with the HD remasters, the Sly Cooper collection, remastered in high definition. Sly Cooper, Sly 2, and Sly 3. Never played these. I played a little of the first one, way back when. I played a little bit of the first one. Never played the other ones, but I've heard great things. So, I've got it if I want to play it, or if I ever get around to it. Also, Sly Cooper 4, Thieves in Time. Devil May Cry HD collection. Comes with the first 3 games. Never played those, ever. You got the orange box, Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal. I used to have this, and something happened to it. So I got it back, though. And then got Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction. Ratchet and Clank Future A Crack in Time, which I used to have both of these games as well. Ambrose has beat both of those at my house before. But when I went to college, my roommate stole them and took them to GameStop or somewhere and got trading credit or something for them, cash. He couldn't have got a whole lot. But then I got Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus. Never played it, and I'm pretty sure Ambrose has never played it either. Alright, and that's actually it for the PS3 games. That was a ton, it felt like. It didn't feel like it was a ton. The rest of these are PS4 games. And there's several of those, but not nearly as many. South Park The Fractured But Whole. And it came with South Park The Stick of Truth. Free game download. And I actually have a Let's Play of Stick of Truth recorded. I just need to make it public. Schedule it to go up. And I haven't played Fractured But Whole yet. But Stick of Truth was awesome. So if it's anything like that, I'm looking forward to it. Batman Return to Arkham. Loved Arkham Asylum and Arkham City back on the PS3. So this was a must-have. Even though it's been out for just a little bit, a couple years now. But I finally got around to picking it up. WWE 2K18, which was less than enjoyable. The cover is awesome. Love Seth Rollins, but the game itself, I think they're trying to make these games too realistic anymore. And it's, you know, I think they're suffering. I love the old cheesy storylines and story mode you could go through back in the day. Call of Duty World War II. Fantastic game. Really fun. And there's a Let's Play of it on the channel. You ought to check it out. Ambrose did a Let's Play of it pretty quick after it came out. So that was good. I can't remember how many episodes it was. I think like 13 or 14 maybe. Could have been more, could have been less. I can't remember. But there is a Let's Play on the channel of this game if you'd like to watch it. And you've never watched it or never seen anybody else play it. BioShock The Collection comes with BioShock, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. And I have never played any of these 3 games, ever. I have literally put this in to install it on the PS4, and I have not played it. But I have heard phenomenal things about it. I don't know if I've heard a bad thing about the BioShocks. Actually, I heard BioShock 2 wasn't as good as the other 2. But I heard this was the best one. So I don't know. At some point, I'll see for myself. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I haven't heard a bad thing about this game either. And at some point, I'll play this. It's so crazy. I've got these games and I've never played them. I mean, it's just, I feel like I've got more games than I'll ever know what to do with. Resident Evil 4, the PS4 remake. Played this back in the day. Phenomenal game. Loved it. Resident Evil 5. Played this back on the PS3. Also a really fun game. The aiming was a little whack, but other than that, it was pretty good. Mass Effect Andromeda. Heard this was, you know, you didn't have to play the other 3 to play this, but, you know, I will probably play the other 3 before I play this one. God knows when that'll be. Heard this wasn't that good, though, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to take people's words sometimes, because I think people hype themselves up, and they just get let down sometimes. Got the Atari Flashback Classics Volume 1 and Volume 2. 100 games here. There's 50 on each disc. And boy, this is like super old school here. But in a good way. It's fun. These are fun. Good old fun. Speaking of old games, Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 plus Galaga, Pac-Man, and Dig Dug. They should have just made another Namco Museum game. I would buy another Namco Museum game. Outlast Trinity. At some point, I'm going to play this. I heard these games are pretty scary. I've never seen anybody play them. I don't know, other than just what I've heard. But we'll find out at some point. And we will probably find out together, because I'll probably record myself playing them. And last, but definitely not least, Far Cry 5. This game is amazing. I loved it. But I'm a sucker for the Far Cry games. Love those games so much. And that's it. God, that was that's probably one of the longest pickup videos I've ever done. I'm sure it is. It's going on 25 minutes. But thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you haven't noticed, we've been doing a Pokemon video just about every single day. And, you know, I'm trying to add some gaming videos in there with that. But, you know, the Pokemon videos seem to be pretty popular. So we're just going to keep pumping those out with the gaming videos. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But people like them. So, of course, we're going to keep doing them. And thank you guys for the support. We're almost at 200 subscribers. That's great. Thank you so much for watching this and the rest of the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.